are my literal last recorded words. You're listening to Bug and Moss in the morning.
Whoa. Good morning, Bug.
Good morning, Moss.
I don't know how we have so many repeats of the Jordans. I think there might be something wrong with the code.
Maybe.
We have heard Jordan's literal last recorded words like 6 times in the past month.
Yeah, I see in the chat Colin is tired of it. Colin's had enough of Jordan's literal last recorded word.
Colin says he's told us his last final words so many times.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. Hold on, let me just pull another one. Let's see if that happens again. Get ready. Here's a bonus, Jordan.
Would you rather shit out money or be able to catch insects out of the air? Makes you think. You're listening to Bug and Moss.
Whoa, Bug. It's Moss.
Hi, Moss. I'm Bug.
Well, crazy. That's crazy. I didn't realize I did not set up our cameras actually at all this morning. But
that's okay. It's pretty right.
What's good? What's popping? What's happening? What's hopping?
I know everyone's been really worried about it, and I understand it's been a really dark time, but we are bebagled again.
We are bebagled indeed. We finally made some more onion bagels after the last time we tried to make onion bagels and they were dissolving in our hands.
I don't think we told you guys, but basically we're both really neurotypical and everything is fine, and we make sourdough bagels.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, you have to plan ahead a decent amount. You have to have your starter active. You have to make your dough. We're talking a few days. Somewhere in the midst of that, we were both really tired. And you have 2 days to make these bagels.
They're pretty lenient. There's a certain amount of time you can just kind of ignore them. But for several days, we were like, are too tired to make bagels. Oh, it's too much work.
And then
we'll just do it tomorrow.
Just being like, oh, fuck, we didn't make bagels. And then when we tried, it was too late. And so it was really devastating. And we had some really gross bagels from the store. Hey, Thomas Bagels, don't sponsor us. Fuck you. Your bagels suck. They taste like cake. It's weird.
Thomas Bagels are garbage. They are trash. There's no rind.
They're not bagels.
When I bite through that, when I bite into a bagel, I want there to be like a snap. You know what I mean? I want to feel like I'm tearing flesh.
Yeah.
That's like, well, not really actually. Now I kind of don't like bagels if I think about it that way. But there needs to be some resistance.
Yeah.
On the fucking...
I like my bagel to fight back.
Yeah, because the Thomas Bagels are literally like biting into a Twinkie, and that sucks.
Yeah.
And the thing about the bagel dough, when we're making our own, if you let it sit for too long, it just like loses composure. It gets stickier and and gooier. And I'm not as familiar with it. So Bug was working on recording something. I was like, don't worry, Bug, I'll tackle it. And I went and I got the like 3-day past its date dough out of the fridge. And I just made these like sticky mush bagels that were the most hellish thing in the world before we finally realized we can't do it.
You got so far and you tried so hard, and I was really proud of you.
Thanks, Bug.
In the end, it didn't even matter.
It was really sticky and gross.
Yeah.
Good morning to Colin, N Squared, Coyote Astronaut, Sid, and Az, who are hanging out with us in the chat this morning. And good morning to you, hanging out with us, presumably on the podcasted version. What's up, podcast listeners? What's it like listening to podcast? You feel cool? You feel special?
Okay. Good talk.
Cool. Emily, good morning. Alex, good morning. We've got a great show for you today. Coming up, we're going to be talking about cowboys and truckers. Got a little bit of a throwback to Monday with an email from George. A little later, I've got a Moss in general to share with you, in which I want to request some help from you, some suggestions for a funny idea that I'm stealing from someone else. And then today is, of course, Witness Day. So witness me. We're going to be talking about stories of things you overheard, stuff you've sort of seen or been involved in that you just wish someone else was there to witness. We have a voicemail from Coyote Astronaut, and we also have a couple of stories of our own for Witness Day. But if you have a story that you want to be witnessed, make sure you throw it in the voicemail, 848-MOSS-BUG, or send us an email, submissions@bugandmoss.com. We can get to that.
I'd like to put out a call for we should have stingers for each day for when we get to that segment on those days, and I'd like to put out a call for that. I can just imagine like, witness me senpai, and then we have like a bunch of like, it'd be so good.
The low energy way with which you delivered everything up to sort of the money shot of that sentence really made the money shot hit in a very unpleasant and very sudden way.
Well, that's what I'm here for. Are you blocking the bird? Or did
do we got a bird on the wire?
Oh, there was
No,
one.
there was a bird on the wire. There have been a couple birds on the wire, but not a flock. I've been waiting for the day that a flock shows up. I'm also trying to find somewhere else. So on the live stream behind us, there is a camera that points at the sky. It's our little sky cam. It gives us a nice sort of ever-changing background, and sometimes there's birds.
Delta Skycam.
But there's a couple, power lines running across the middle of the shot, and I'm thinking about moving the camera to the other window. But then it'll be pointing out the window towards the neighbor's house, and I don't want them to look at our window and think we're filming them out the window.
Okay, so Mason has a thing. We've talked about it before. He has this weird, I guess, mutual obsession with one of our neighbors.
I don't have a mutual obsession with one of our neighbors. I sit directly across from a window in which our neighbor also sits directly in. And so there's these awkward times where it'll just be both looking out the window and oh, don't make eye contact. It's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing, and you're really underselling it because also you decided that you think she's copying us and that she put a camera out because we put a camera out.
So, okay, yeah, I want to do a whole segment about this. I want to compile the evidence. But yeah, I think our neighbor across the street is indeed as neurotic as I am and is engaging in this sort of window play. And I don't know if I'm into it. It's a little weird. I'll give you all the details on that soon. Maybe that'll be a different day.
Yeah, you should prep a segment. I also think Mason maybe needs to get outside more. I also checking in with the chat. Emily said, "Wait, that's the actual sky? I thought that was an animation."
No, yeah, that's the sky outside of the apartment, and that is the window directly behind me, actually. Which you can't see because we have a background removal on. But yeah, no, it's a cheap Walmart webcam that is stuck up in the top of the window, pointed up at the sky, which is fun.
Also, if anybody's ever I'm getting a new webcam and my old one, I'm going to get rid of it, but just mail it here.
Yeah, if you're getting rid of a webcam, you're not. Mail it to me, P.O. Box 248, Winchester.
Winchester, Kentucky, 40392. We are desperate for webcams that aren't $30 from Walmart.
Oh my
but
gosh.
also, if you're going to get rid of one of those, send it. We'll use it.
Yeah. Oh, I want it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you got a webcam you're throwing away, mail it to me. Checking in also with chat. Colin says, all of my Witness Me stories are highly inappropriate, so I don't know if I can share. Depends what you mean by that, Colin.
Yeah, shoot an email and we'll see. Just let us know if it's the kind of thing we should screen.
Colin also says, babe, for my birthday, can we do some window play?
Don't do window play. It's very dangerous.
And Sid wanted to suggest that maybe the neighbor has a morning show.
I've said that before.
Yeah. I kind of wonder, I wonder if anyone out there knows that when they look up here, we're doing this every day. We're talking about them. Hey, Bug. Let's launch into the show proper. Get ready. Here's something cool.
Will this stick around and turn into a whole thing? Or will Bug and Moss forget it immediately? This is a generic segment.
So on Monday, we had our good friend Leonard, Mountain King of the Northeast, Leonard, on to talk about trucking. And George sent in a question that he said he wanted to send in for Leonard. Oh. But it came in a little bit late, so we're going to talk about it now. And I'm sure we will get Leonard's thoughts on this too, because Leonard would have the key information. George sent this in, said, "Meowdy, Bug and Moss. Lost track of time due to the 3-day weekend I'm on at the moment, but I wanted to share an observation. Truck drivers are the modern day cowboy. The driver and truck have a lot of similarities to cowboys and their horses when they were seen as contemporary, to the point I think when, I don't know which, depending on which comes first, either interstellar hauling is not only created but also fully implemented into society, or when driverless haulers are fully implemented into our society to the point manned truckers are a dying breed / oddity, where truckers will become romanticized to the point that kids will be dressing up in overalls and a trucker hat with a cardboard cutout of a big rig at the same rate of dressing up to be cowboys." I don't know how to wrap up this email outside of any thoughts on this. Thanks, George.
I love this.
Yeah.
This takes my favorite sort of subgenre, which is space western, and really continues to push it.
Well, I think George is pretty right.
Yeah.
Because cowboys were just laborers, right?
Yeah.
There wasn't anything else sort of about that. And I'm not super big on my cowboy history knowledge. But
but a lot of times I think they were literally moving cattle.
Yeah, so the American cowboy emerged in the late 19th century from the vaquero traditions of northern Mexico and Spanish settlers. People working in ranching, working with cattle and stuff. But then there's now there's a subreddit for cowboys. There's Reddit's r/cowboy, where people discuss being in the cowboy lifestyle and people show pictures of their boot caves and other things like that.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I'm into it. Like, I like it.
But again, it's one of those things where it's a job, but it also seems to be like a cosplay and fashion sense thing.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, do truckers really do that? Is there sort of like any kind of trucker cosplay type stuff? And then I realized every time I've gone into a Love's or like a Casey's or or not Sheetz so much. Sheetz is more for like normies. But when you go to a truck stop, a truck stop, there are a lot of things that are like trucker aesthetic, you know? There does seem to be a brand.
It's all very Wolf House. I can tell you that. It's all stuff that if you don't know about Wolf and Prayer House, listen to my show Edging. But it is the kind of like fairy figurine, snow globe, really crazy like crucifix with like big like gang lettering for some reason. Like it's the kind of tchotchke that you can only find in America. I mean, it's made in China, but you can only find it, buy it here.
Right. Colin says the live, laugh, love of the road, if you will.
I will.
It is. Although live, laugh, love is Prayer House, and this is Wolf House. But same energy, right?
Yeah, different iconography, different gods.
Coyote Astronaut says, hearing Casey's described as a truck stop is wild to me. I might have mixed up the name, but I thought Casey's, I'm pretty sure
Casey's is a big gas station. It's not probably a truck stop, but I don't think it was out of pocket for you to say.
I think I'm thinking of some other one. One of the places where there's showers in it.
I don't know that Casey's has showers.
Yeah, I can't remember the other name. I just remember Love's. Love's is my favorite. I'm
blanking on the other ones.
I love Love and I love Love's.
Oh, that's Love's. Let us do an advertising campaign for you. We'll do it so good. You can use it on like other stuff that more people watch. Oh. But we can make it really good.
And in the chat, Colin has named the one that I'm pretty sure I was thinking of, which is Flying J.
I was thinking of Flying J.
Yeah, I was picturing the Flying J logo, but it said Casey's.
Casey's has their own soda and snacks and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like that. So talking about cowboys, I was like, okay, so we've got like the aesthetic, right? I could presumably, here's the question though, actually, could I dress so recognizably as a trucker that I walk up to you and you say, hey, you look like a guy who drives trucks? Because if I dress up in, a hat and boots and, spurs and stuff, you might say, hey, you look like a guy who boys cows.
Yeah, you do look like a guy who boys cows. I can tell you that.
Now, excuse me about that. I don't like the way that came out, Bug. Can you please say that again?
A guy who boys cows?
You think I look like a guy who boys cows?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You said it.
You think, well, okay, I meant like a cowboy.
Yeah, no, I'm here with you.
So you think I look like yeehaw?
Well, I think you look like, like yeehaw.
Yeehaw?
Yeah.
You think I look like yeehaw?
Well, you need to get in yeehaw.
Colin said, I mean this with all the love in my heart. You don't have the heft in your step. Now,
I do. I actually think, here's the thing. I think this is true. I fully buy that you, Mason, could drive an 18-wheeler, do a trucker lifestyle. I think, you worked third shift. I could totally see you doing it. The thing is, I think no matter how long you did it, you would always, unless someone had already met you, you would get out of your truck and they'd go, huh?
Yeah, probably. I know. I'm just a little bit too yeehaw to be that, I suppose.
I'm on somebody's trucker aesthetic Pinterest board right now.
I noticed that. I glanced over Bug's computer, and what do I see on the screen?
Completely understand trucker aesthetic now. I totally get it. It's like Twilight for boys.
It kind of has a similar color grading.
It's totally just like, it's Lana Del Rey. It's Lana Del Rey if you need something to take home.
It's Lana Del Road.
Yeah, Lana Del Road.
Because you've got like this like dusty, and you've got the like long traveling, and you've got like the isolation, but also the community because there's other people doing what you're doing.
This one photo is so iconic. It's a big breakfast spread on top of an old police cruiser, and I love it.
And there is something like, I think undeniably, so I don't personally think cowboys are cool. I think cowboy boots are whatever. They're fine. Cowboy hats, whatever. They're fine. I like Western style. Not my thing. It's fine. It's not my favorite kind of aesthetic.
Yeah.
I do, however, really fuck with the vibe of a big old truck and driving a truck. Like, I love that. Like, I could see myself potentially hanging a picture of a big rig on my wall.
Yeah, I think that we're more adjacent to that than the cowboy of it all. I mean, you're a car guy.
I do like cars. I like machines. I'm a machine guy.
Yeah. And trucks are big old machines, and you love that.
I do. I love that.
So, it's George, yeah, great point to bring up. Obsessed with this. My king, of course, our king, the waste management kid from Halloween, is way ahead of the curve with really cool costumes and jobs and like people to pantomime in their Halloween costumes. I'm ready to see truck kids.
What? Who's Cowboy Kid?
Waste management kid is what I said.
Waste management kid? I don't know if people know that story.
We told it on the show.
Well, like a year ago, wasn't it?
We could tell it again.
Okay.
But why don't you know it?
Me? I didn't realize, I didn't know what you were saying because it was such an obscure. So on Halloween, we went to our friend Bridget's house and we were serving kids candy, as you do on Halloween. I had a puppet, and so I was roasting them all day.
Mason was dressed as Dr. Chef,
guessing what they were, and I was dressed as the puppet, so I had a matching puppet. And there was this one kid that came by, and he rocked up, and instead of like a candy basket or a bag, he had a candy trash bucket. You know the kind you roll out to the street? I think people call them like Hurleys or whatever. Herbies. I never fucking heard that before, but it's like a plastic bin with wheels on the back.
It's your trash bin that you roll out to the street.
I didn't have one of those until I moved down here.
Well, yeah, so you don't have waste management.
No, I used to drive my shit to the dump in the back of my truck, so I don't know if everyone knows about those, but those I actually got a little plastic one right here that I can hold up on stream. It's like a little, these things. It's a bucket with wheels on the bottom, and you roll it out to the curb with trash in it. Some kid rocks up with a small one of those, fully dressed up, kitted out, suited up in a waste management suit and gloves. Speaks no words to us, but walks up, holds out a gloved hand, takes the candy, tosses it in the bin, but he does the whole routine that they do where he walked up, spun it around, rotated it, tipped it, opened the thing. It was perfectly, purely rehearsed,
so cool,
mechanical. It was absolutely flawless.
He was in character, and I need to make it so clear. The bin is as tall as him.
Yeah.
It is not a full-sized bin, but it is really big. And so he wheels it up, and he is deadpan, straight-faced. He is on the job. He is at work. It is awesome. And his aunt comes up behind him, and she's like, he's really obsessed with the trash guys, and actually they're giving him a ride to school next week.
It was the best.
She was like, he doesn't know.
It was the best thing ever. It was so cute. And he just nailed it.
Yeah, it was so great. So that's my king. I'm obsessed with him, and I think that he's just ahead of the curve.
I'm always thrown off when a child has so much more composure than I do just in general life. This kid did this like it was his job, and it was amazing. It was inspiring. I think about that kid a lot.
Yeah, he's really an icon. If you're listening, kid, don't, and live your dream.
Yeah, don't be listening. Before we leave this topic, before we move on from this segment, I need to talk about cowboy culture, the Wikipedia article. I was trying to find ways to connect George's theory with other stuff, like what are truckers going to be modern cowboys? And so I searched up cowboy culture, and there is a Wikipedia article titled Cowboy Culture. It has one of those warnings at the top that says this article may need to be rewritten to comply with Wikipedia's quality standards. So it's going to be a good article.
Yeah.
So, cowboy culture is the set of behaviors, preferences, and appearances associated with or resulting from the influence of the attitudes, ethics, and history of the American cowboy. And so this just goes on to talk about that sort of thing. Talks about the Spanish vaqueros who settled in Santa Fe de Nuevo Mexico in Spanish Texas. By the late 1800s, 1 in 3 cowboys were Mexican and brought to the lifestyle its iconic symbols of hats, bandanas, spurs, stirrups, lariat, and lasso. They talk a little bit about that. They say in the late 19th century, folk tales about cowboys and attempts to commercialize on cowboy life by selling exaggerated ideas of it in novels and fashion became popular. So that was about 100 years it took to then start, we got the cowboys. 100 years later, we got the fiction. I don't know when trucking started, but that might be, would you mind to check up on that for me, Bug? Because I want to know, are we coming up on that 100-year mark? Because they certainly are selling their sort of commercialized ideas of what it means to be a trucker. And then the thing that is the most exciting about this article, as I've scrolled down, is that it contains a list of notable people. And it's a lot of people. It's a long list of just names of famous people you probably know that I guess count as cowboys. And so my thought was, what does it take to get your name on the cowboy culture notable people list on Wikipedia? Alongside names like Georgia O'Keeffe, Minnie Lou Bradley, Mary Coulter, Enid Justin, Rex Allen, Wilford Brimley. That's one people know for
Georgia
sure.
O'Keeffe was a cowboy?
Apparently, according
Okay.
to this. Sam Elliott, the actor.
Yeah, Sam Elliott, my king.
Lorne Green, Slim Pickens. Slim Pickens is a rodeo performer, so that makes sense. There's just this long list of names of these cowboys. Now, do you just got to dress up? Do you got to do cowboy stuff?
I mean, I don't know. There's no notes, I'm guessing. It just says these people are notable.
It says the following is a list of notable people who lived or are living a Western lifestyle post to its technological and societal change at the beginning of the 20th century. This list does not include those who lived during the 19th century who are living in what was considered the Old West and preoccupied with the Western norms of the day. So this is a list of notable people that are explicitly only cowboys after the cowboy moment has gone.
Okay.
Which I think is interesting.
So Georgia O'Keeffe cowboy, yeah. Oh, it makes sense when you think about it. Georgia O'Keeffe is the painter who did all the,
I thought Georgia O'Keeffe wrote The Grapes of Wrath.
No.
I think I'm totally wrong on that. Gene Autry, cowboy. Roy Rogers,
I've heard of Gene
cowboy.
Autry and Roy Rogers.
John Wayne, cowboy. Lynn Anderson, cowboy. Wes Studi, cowboy.
So Georgia O'Keeffe is cool as hell, like feminist icon. Her paintings, they're the ones that the ones. They're the ones.
Oh yeah, very colorful, sort of surreal landscape photos. Appears to be a watercolor artist.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with.
They're the vaginal ones. They're the ones that look like vaginas.
Oh, is that what are you talking about?
She's famous for having these like incredibly evocative
I can kind
paintings that have like a vulva shape. But also like these incredible landscapes, freaking beautiful. But also, she looked like this. That's a cowboy, baby.
Yeah, she does have cowboy vibes. I asked if those are the ones, and Sid asked, what about the twos? And I just got to say, that's very funny.
Hell yeah, Sid.
Also, John Steinbeck, thank you, Emily. John Steinbeck wrote The Grapes of Wrath and East of Eden, which is a great book. I read East of Eden and loved it.
Yeah. Okay. So all of this is fascinating. You want to hear about when trucking started and whether or not we're up on that century marker.
Yeah.
So I think you're in the right headspace, and I think we're in the right area. It depends on when you think of trucking starting. So trucking in, what we think of, sort of like hauling goods, began in World War I.
Okay.
So we're looking at 1914, 1918, but it didn't gain a foothold outside of military use until about 1930. So we're either up and past the mark or about 20 years away, depending on how you slice it.
So we're right in about the time where people are going to start romanticizing truckers in a big way.
Yeah, I think so.
So, George, you might be really onto something, and we all should keep our eyes out and see if that starts to happen, because maybe we called a new trend similar to how I called neo-skeuomorphism, and no one cares except for me.
I care.
I know. You care, Bug.
Care.
I know you care, and it means a lot to me.
I mean, this is definitely happening because I don't know why anybody else will wear a trucker hat. They're ugly.
What's a trucker hat?
A trucker hat?
What's a trucker hat?
It's a style of hat.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Trucker hat?
Yes, it is. If you look it up, you'll know exactly what kind of hat it is.
Oh, it's a baseball cap with the fucking net back.
It's that big baseball cap.
I guess, yeah, it's the tall baseball caps with the net back. Why is that? That's a trucker hat?
That is a trucker hat, and you'll see a bunch of blonde girls wearing it like it's Dukes of Hazzard all over again.
Yeah, I mean, I see a bunch of blonde girls wearing those, and the same people that used to wear the vests and the Uggs back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. I missed the memo on the day that we decided this was a trucker hat and not just a baseball cap.
Well, it is different than a baseball cap. It is a different shape.
Is it? No way. It's got a bim. It's got
bim?
Yeah, I'm sticking with it. It's got a bim.
Got my bim and bigger.
It's got the bim in the top, the bim in the round bit.
Yeah, Emily is in the chat being like, do you not remember the Von Dutch hats in the early 2000s?
No.
I picture a trucker hat, True Religion jeans, this is like Ed Hardy core.
Von Dutch hats?
Let me pull it up for you.
Von Dutch hats?
So it's a whole thing.
Those are baseball caps.
Oh my God.
It's just I'm just looking at a bunch of baseball caps with an ugly logo on it.
Yeah. First of all, when I say ugly, I mean it, but I do mean it respectfully. If this is your style, fucking work it. I think true style is ugly to other people.
Oh, you could make this work. You can make this work for sure, but that is just like a
It's just crazy to me when things like this become mainstream because then people wearing it and they're not making it work.
It's kind of just like a blah aesthetic. Like it was like blah.
It's very Tiger King.
Yeah. I don't know what blah. I feel like that just describes the feeling I get from it.
That's different than like blah. It's like blah.
Well, yeah, because like I can't do that sound super well, like blah. But that's like a gun sound that you might deploy in a rap song to kind of add some emphasis.
Hey, I gotta be so real. No, it isn't a gun sound, and no one thinks it sounds like one.
What?
No, I mean you're right that's what people are doing. I'm just telling anybody doing it. Nobody is tricked. It doesn't sound like a gun.
I don't think people are trying to trick. I don't think it's usually like.
I'm sure that they're trying to sound exactly like a gun.
You think? Yeah, you think that they're like.
They're trying to like scare you.
Yeah, like oh God, sorry, I thought that song.
Like
was
you
gonna
can't
shoot
get me.
Uh oh. Coyote. No, not Coyote. Coyote Astronaut says a bim. Sid the Kingmaker says trucker hat has that mesh back. Still a baseball cap with a mesh back. Okay, you can call it whatever you want.
You're just being really, really weird about a further like specification in a category, and I don't know why you're pushing back against it so much. It's not weird
because I think it like okay, other kinds of hats. Every type of hat is a very distinct shape. Like if I said a baseball hat, you know what I'm talking about. If I said a bucket hat, you know what I'm talking about. A very different shape. And I feel like
what about a fedora and a trilby?
A fedora and trilby look very different.
Okay.
A trilby's like the little one that everyone calls a fedora, but that's the neckbeard hat. And the fedora looks closer to like a cowboy hat if it had a little self-restraint.
Okay. Well, Mason's not here for the trucker hat.
I'm not here for the trucker hat. And I'm not totally hat ignorant, but I'm not a hat expert. Though I'm not here for the trucker hat.
Okay.
Sid says, you're the guy coming in here saying you don't know what a trucker hat even is and then saying this is the same as all hats.
That's fully true.
I'm saying it's the same as all baseball caps, which have the bim that protects you from the sun getting in your eyes.
I mean, really, the biggest thing is that trucker hats are bigger. They're like a bigger shape.
Colin says, I think you're also claiming all trucker hats are big, too, which they are not.
I mean, they're not all big, but they're bigger than a baseball cap counterpart.
Certainly not a cowboy hat, though. We need to work on the hat if we're going to have, like, trucker hat. That's what I mean. Like, if it's going to be a trucker hat, it should have fucking ridges on the top. Like, the tops of trucks have, like, those, like, ridges where, like, the horns are or whatever. It should have that. It should look like the front of a truck on the top of your head.
I mean, I would like that, but it's interesting because a cowboy hat does not look like a cow.
It should look like you're halfway to cosplaying a Transformer. You should have the front end of a Peterbilt on your fucking head. That's a trucker hat. Anything less than that is a baseball cap with extra steps.
Colin is muddying the waters even further by just like talking about how trucker hats are baseball cap size. And I'm like, that's fine. How is that helping us talk to Mason about what these are?
I have a lot of convictions that are often brought up on this show, and then no one agrees with me, and everyone likes to argue against the things that I think about the world. This is one where I am completely confident in my assertions, with not a doubt in my mind. And I just saw in chat, Emily says, guys, Moss is actually right. According to Google, trucker hats is technically a type of baseball hat. That's awesome. That makes me very happy to hear that there's someone else out there with sense.
I would like to be clear that I said that. I'm saying that trucker hats are a further categorization in a hat category. The hat category being baseball hats.
Yeah. That's not what I took from the way you were saying. Okay. It sounded like you were trying to be like, when the guy at the car dealership is like trying to fuck you on a deal and they're like, well, let me rephrase exactly what I said, but in a way that you're going to agree with.
No, I'm trying to say the trucker hats are distinct within this category. Yeah. Like it's just a further distinction.
It is one level above the design of the actual individual hat in terms of distinction.
That is true. I think we've talked enough about these hats.
I think we've talked absolutely enough about these
they're
hats.
ugly, so I don't know why we're still doing it.
I don't know. It's good, though, because we've gotten ourselves right down to 7:29 here on the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show. The show that would not be made possible were it not for our community partners at patreon.com/Bug and Moss. And a special thank you today to Atticus, our community partner, sponsoring us with the Transcend Cabaret. Transcend Cabaret, a cabaret of trans excellence, has an event coming up on Friday, June 5th, featuring Velvet Chains. It's going to be at Al's Bar. The doors
we should go.
We should. It's going to be great. The doors open at 7. The show starts at 8. $15 is the suggested donation. It's Transcend Cabaret and Burlex putting this event on. Again, featuring the performer Velvet Chains, Friday, June 5th. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a Pride Month show, obviously.
Al's Bar's a blast.
Al's
If
Bar
anybody
rules.
wants to visit and come with us, it's so fun.
Any of y'all want to show up here in Kentucky for June 5th? We'll take you to this show. It'll be a blast.
We totally will.
Make sure you follow Transcend Cabaret at Transcend Cabaret on Instagram. TranscendCabaret. Except I actually got to make sure that's how you spell cabaret, because is it an E?
You're right.
Cabaret or cabaret? Cabaret. I said it right. Carabet. That's Carabet. Cabara. Cabragot. Sarabet. Cabaret. Cabaret.
Sarah Bet, beautiful name for a girl.
Sarabet. Thank you, Atticus, for sponsoring the show. Check out patreon.com/bugandmoss if you want to see any ways to support us and help us eat food and stuff.
And we'll do that if you like it, freaks. We'll eat food for you if that's what you want to see. Tell us.
We'll absolutely do that.
If you have any like freaky little things you want to give us money to do, like shoot us an email. We'll see.
Freaky little things. Freaky little things.
Freaky little things.
I wish I had a music bed for this, Bug, but we don't have a bumper for it. But today is Witness Day. It's Witness Day.
Oh, okay. I pictured you saying Witness Day and then like a judge's gavel and then like the Law and Order. Dun, dun.
Yeah, that would be great. Okay, actually, yeah, someone remember that. Well, I guess it's on video.
Yeah.
Because I have to do that. I want to do that and put the phone bumper together because I have a bunch of lines from Colin for going to the phones.
Heck yeah.
Today's Witness Day. It's Witness Me Wednesday. If you had something you wanted seen, something you have seen, maybe something you've heard, overheard, something you've been involved in, send it to us. 848-MOSS-BUG is the number to call to leave a voicemail, or you can send us a text message to 848-MOSS-BUG, or you can leave it in the email inbox. Today's Witness Day. This comes to us from Coyote Astronaut.
Hey, Bug and Moss, it's Coyote Astronaut with a bit of Witness Day joy for you. So I believe pretty strongly that there are exactly two seasons. There's the warm one that is bright, and there's the dark one that is not as bright and is colder. The bright one starts right around the 1st of May, and the dark one starts right around November 1st. And there are signs that I see in nature around me to tell me when that happens. And the one for summer, which I have finally confirmed, was here in Missouri. If I see a red-winged blackbird, that is my traditional, hey, look, it's summer. But recently, with climate change, we've gotten, like over the last 20 years or so, we started getting armadillos. And so the secondary sign is that I see at least one dead armadillo on the side of the road, and that was confirmed for me on Sunday. So happy summer to everyone where I live. The signs have been seen and witnessed. Have a great one, and take care. Bye.
Well, thank you, Coyote. Yes, witness that. The changing of the season has changed to the bright one.
Fantastic job. I now understand what Witness Day is because I wasn't really sure. So that was a great witnessing.
That was great. Yeah, we have now co-witnessed this changing of the seasons. I also am very much of the same mind as Coyote in terms of seasons. There's exactly two. There's the warm one, and then there's the dark that is bright, and then there's the dark one that is not as bright.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And you love red-winged blackbirds.
They are my favorite bird.
We've been talking about them because we've been seeing them all over in our neck of the woods too.
Yeah, red-winged blackbirds have been all over the place. I don't think they're migratory. I don't know very much about them for them being my favorite bird. I just love the way they have those little red epaulets on their shoulders, and I like their weird, like, I can't even do it. The fucking,
Ty sent us one.
the crazy sound
we don't
they
have
make.
prepared, but
Yeah. Red-winged blackbirds are adorable. Armadillos are crazy. I've never seen one IRL.
Armadillos are crazy. I can't remember what Julia Roberts movie an armadillo cake is involved in, but I think about that every time I think of an armadillo.
Think about what?
An armadillo cake in a movie where they like cut into it and it's very realistic and it's red velvet inside.
I've never seen. Wow.
I don't know what movie that is.
Oh, that's horrific.
It's pretty good as a plot point.
In the checking in with the chat, where'd it go? Oh, it's in the YouTube chat. I kept seeing it.
I saw this
fleetingly.
and I'm wondering if we can make this happen because I have questions.
Yeah, so there was a message sent into chat.
I can read it.
Yes,
have it.
please. Okay.
So, Bug Fan Club has said, have Bug call me if you want to hear about the French cheese 10K.
The French cheese 10K.
Which I saw some photos of because Bug Fan Club Snapchatted them to me. And I am very curious.
I am very curious, too, as to what that would be. But Bug Fan Club specifically said, have Bug call me if you want to hear about the French cheese 10K. And then said, have Bug call me as if you're not busy running a telephone show and the premise is that I call you. Which is very funny.
It's good Riz. It's really good Riz.
I extremely enjoy the powerful energy of asking someone running a show to call you. I genuinely think
worked.
that's the
I was
best.
about to.
That's
I was
so
like,
funny.
Mason, we got to get the phones going. We got to make it happen.
You gotta make an outgoing call.
But Bug Fan Club says that she will call next Wednesday with this witness.
Exciting to hear about it. I have a couple things for Witness Day to share. Let me go ahead and see. Michael said that he may have left the wrong kind of voice message. So let me double check. So okay. Well, here, this is from Michael Colby. Let's just play it and see what happens.
Hey, Bugmoss. It's Michael Colby. I have been crazy busy at work and running this podcast for a couple weeks now, so I haven't been able to call or really do anything. So I'm a little bit behind on the episodes. I'm assuming that I did see on the Discord that the days they have themes now. So I'm assuming that today is Wednesday. So I'm calling in the wind.
Hell
And
yeah.
I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this, but if you can't understand what I'm saying, that's fine. It's Wednesday. Anyway, when I was a kid, I used to be really afraid of like storms and stuff. I think because I saw a movie where a tornado killed some people, and I was like 12 before I could enjoy a thunderstorm. So yeah, I think it's a little bit weird that you have such a strange theme day, such as Wednesday, but I figured I would participate anyway. All right, love you, bye.
Love you too, Michael. Your Wednesday has been witnessed here.
It has been witnessed. Also was the movie Twister.
Is that the
Or
Yeah,
Where
wait.
the Heart Is. Those are my two tornado memories.
I can't. There's lots of tornado memories, tornado movies.
There are lots of tornado memories, but those happen to be mine.
Yeah, those happen to be bugs. She leaves them on the floor sometimes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tornado movies because there's like Twister, Sharknado.
Can you imagine if you could leave memories on the floor? Because what I just pictured is I leave my tornado memories around, and then you trip on them, but they spin you around a little bit first, so you get twisted up.
Yeah, I mean, what would it look like if you could leave memories on the ground, man? That'd be crazy.
I think like in a point-and-click video game when there's like stuff to get.
Now I'm troubled at the thought of hover effects in real life. Like, you know, when you hover over a link on a computer or in one of those point-and-click games, you hover over something, your mouse lights up. Like,
Yeah.
what if there were things in real life, like as you looked at them, they changed, like you could tell you were focusing on them?
I mean,
that would
if
get
your
really
eyesight
annoying.
is bad like mine, that's kind of what happens, and it is unsettling.
Oh.
Because sometimes I have a very overactive imagination, and I have very mid eyesight. So a couple things happen. One, I have sort of visual hallucinations anytime I'm in low light. Like it's really like my brain will just be like, I have a very visceral memory of a little kid of going to hug my mom and like full arm hugging my mom, vacuum cleaner. Fully was the vacuum cleaner.
What?
Like I had just filled in I was like, that's my mom. No more questions. Filled in every deal, vacuum cleaner.
That's crazy because your mom's not tall, but your mom's
Taller than me.
Your mom's taller than a vacuum cleaner too. So.
I mean, yeah, I have this problem too. I don't know if anyone can relate to this. I think this is why I have nightmares all the time. I will see a face. Like if there's something to see, I will probably see a face. And when I'm driving early or late at night, I will often think that things on the side of the road are people.
I mean, that's pareidolia. We're like wired for that shit. We love seeing faces.
Yeah.
You get fucking two dots and something beneath them, boom, that's alive.
I still think about this pattern in the bathroom floor at my dad's house that looks like a guy breathing fire.
That's great.
Yeah.
Joe says if you could leave memories on the floor, it would be insane. Imagine us ADHDs, there would be memories everywhere.
Also, Coyote Astronaut said vacuum his mother, which is that has to be a t-shirt. That's so fucking good.
We're going to have the most incomprehensible merch store once we finally figure out how to quickly make t-shirts. Vacuum cleaner is mother.
Also, really, it's just that I haven't fully hyperfixated on it yet. We have a store. It will be print on demand. Their quality's pretty good. If anybody is inspired and wants to send me a design that's like quality enough to go on a shirt, I'll put it on one. Just send me like a PNG.
We'll cut you in on it somehow if it makes any money.
It won't make any money. But if we can, we'll try to send you one of it, but we probably can't do that right away.
Yeah, we're going to be running this merch store pretty much at cost because fucking it's crazy.
Print on demand is at cost, which is fine because then I don't have to front the cost.
Yeah, and then we can just get shirts. Like having a shirts that exist is more important than making money
Also, if anybody listening ever at any point ever does printing, like really cool screen printing or something, I mean, I would love to do something like that eventually. We just don't have the money up front now.
Also, if anyone listening is just like wealthy and is like, man, I could spare
God, that'd
like
be great.
a bunch of money.
Yeah, we'd love some.
Yeah.
You could be a patron of like a couple little artists and we could be like the little jesters in your court.
Yeah, every day we could repeat your name in the show or something.
Yeah.
N Squared says, your mom's not tall, but she is cordless.
So real.
Which is very good. Sid the Kingmaker says, I'm rich in laughs. Crying emoji.
Same.
It's Witness Me Wednesday, Witness Day. We have another voicemail that just came in from Colin Parker. Before we play Colin's voicemail, I want to share one of the two stories that I have prepared. Bug, would you rather me tell the story about getting invited to the secret weed party, or would you rather me tell the story of the time I accidentally texted the mother of a bride some really embarrassing things while we were working a wedding?
I think the secret weed party is a bit more of a story.
Okay. And I'll leave that last little one about the accidental texts to the end if we have time. So here's our Witness Day story, or here's my Witness Day story. I don't know if you have any, Bug.
Witness me.
Oh, God. Well, there's a clean cut for you, anyone who wants that. We were in Chicago for this wedding, not the same wedding where I texted an embarrassing thing to someone, but we were in Chicago, and we popped into a dispensary just to say hi, check things out, look around. And
Curious, never been to one before.
Yeah, never ever. And went up to the counter and started talking to the guy behind the counter. We were just shooting the shit. And then eventually this other guy who probably was the owner, had the vibes of the owner, came up behind. And then the four of us were just standing there talking. And he was like, you know what, man, we're having like a little secret party today. And like, if you wanted to swing by, like, you two seem cool. You could come hang out. And we're like, oh, secret party, that's cool. But like, we're like going to a wedding. We got all this stuff going on. He's like, oh, it's okay. It's a day party. It's just happening during the day. It's in the parking lot behind the Chinese restaurant down the road. I'm going to get a bunch of weed there. I'm going to like get everyone high. It's going to be a good time. And we're like, all right, man, that sounds pretty cool. And he's like, yeah, it's a daytime party. It's like 4 to midnight.
Yeah.
Which, first of all, was pretty funny because that's not a daytime party. That's a late night party. Mm-hmm. That's an all night party.
I will give you that it starts at a time that I prefer.
I do
and ends at a time that I prefer.
There's 3 things I like about it so far. 1 is that it starts pretty early. Mm-hmm. 2 is that this guy's going to bring free weed. And 3 is it's in a parking lot of a Chinese food place. Yeah. Fuck yeah. That sounds awesome.
Also that there's parking. Like, hell yeah. This guy also just like looks exactly like Fred Armisen. So if you're picturing it, it is a Portlandia sketch.
It 100%. And so we were like, oh, that sounds really cool. Like, thanks for inviting us. Whatever. We wrap up the conversation. And as we're leaving, I was holding an item that I purchased, and I tried to like give the peace sign. I was like, yo, you guys have a good one. Take it easy. And because I was holding an item in my hand, I'll simulate it on the screen. I have this thing in my hand. I accidentally flipped him off instead of giving the peace sign because I was using my index finger to hold something. And it was just one of those moments where like everything was happening real quick. We're just chatting, having a good conversation. And I was like, yeah, yo, take it easy. And we just fucking gave him the middle finger and walked out of the place. And then we get outside and he's like, I just accidentally flipped that guy off. I didn't know if we should go back in, but it's one of those things like they have locking doors and like an airlock system. And I was so embarrassed.
It was really funny. Also, there was also like a dog. So we really we were trying to leave over this very big dog. And there was like a lot going on. Also, obviously no one in the world cares or thought you were actually flipping them off. It's just so funny. And it's so funny because your anxiety was really like, oh no, like, do you think, how could you possibly go back? Going back is the worst thing you could do.
I don't know, man. There's times in my life when I've done something embarrassing and then gone back and it was awkward, but then people really appreciated that I went back. So there's a part of me that wants to drive to Chicago today and go see if this guy's there and be like, hey, I'm so sorry I flipped you off. It was completely a mechanical error. I did not mean to insinuate, fuck you. I don't want you to be fucked. I don't want your day to be bad. I'm really sorry. And in fact, I want your day to be good. And I hope the party went well. I'm sorry we weren't there.
I have just really grown into my most laissez-faire type self where I could not imagine anybody wanting us to keep having this conversation that has gone sour in some way. So I'm just like, peace, move on. Like,
it didn't go sour though. It was going so good. I want to make new friends, and then I flipped them. I flipped them off.
I think you did make new friends. First of all, friends flip their friends off, and second
we're
of all,
not that kind of friend yet. We're not that close.
You are now. And second of all, I don't think he thought you were flipping him off.
I hope not. I hope it was clear that I was just holding something, but I really just did extend my middle finger. Coyote Astronaut says, weed store has a dog? What? No. A customer came in with a dog.
Yeah.
I
think she was getting weed for the dog.
I would have mixed feelings about if there was an animal that like lived in one of those stores full time, because like a lot of people, there's people like blow their like smoke and stuff.
Oh, I wouldn't feel weird about it though, because you specifically can't smoke in them.
No, well,
you like really can't.
You really
super cannot smoke in them. They are so clear, Mason. The worst. You think flipping someone off is bad, but there are so many signs. They're like, if you fucking blaze up in here, we're gonna kill you.
I don't know, man. Some of them though, like I don't think that's how it is in Vermont.
That might be true, but in every other state I've ever been in that is legal, you cannot smoke in the store. It's not like a cigar shop. In a cigar shop, you can puff it up, daddy, but not in a weed store.
I don't know if adding daddy to something that starts with puff is really in vogue no more.
Okay. Well, you didn't have to draw attention to it, middle finger boy.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Emily says that dude is probably too high to notice.
Yeah, I would
kind of hope that was the case. It is Witness Day, and we have another thing to witness. Colin has called in with a story.
Hello, I've got a Witness Me type of story, but unfortunately it is the opposite way.
Oh.
In terms of, this was not something that I witnessed in public. This was something that I did that got witnessed.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So I have, unfortunately, got this part's not unfortunate, but I have a very good friend who lives close by to me. One of my dearest friends, her name is Chelsea. And we are like 5 blocks away from one another. So I would say minimum once a week we hang out. The big thing about Chelsea is that she is, much like myself, a kind of large personality, right? The big thing for me, though, is that I have, I would say, a very normal volume when I'm speaking at any time. I'm not necessarily a loud speaker. Maybe I used to be louder before my vocal injury. I don't know. But, nowadays, I think I'm pretty bog standard.
Colin's not very loud.
Set.
IRL.
Chelsea, though, has no volume control. So one time we were out.
The missile knows where it is because it knows where it isn't. By subtracting where it is from where it isn't, the guidance subsystem drive the missile from a position where it is to a position where it isn't.
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. Line up at the start. Your test is over.
And you're off.
Hydrocoptic marsal veins, capacitive directants, ambipatient lunar wane shaft,
The missile knows where it is because it knows where it isn't.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Come on, Daddy. It's bullshit.
Oh, is it back now?
Is it back?
Is it here? Is this it?
God damn.
Jesus Christ.
Before we went to air today, there were three different brief failures of the audio engine.
Yeah, there were.
And I was like, that's not a good omen. And then it'd been so solid, I didn't want to bring it up again. Hey, guess who had the foresight, though, to pause the voice message right when that happened? So we can pick right back up. Colin's friend Chelsea has no volume control, unlike Colin, who is, I wouldn't say soft-spoken, but like average to below average volume in terms of like IRL loudness. Where would you put me on the IRL loudness scale, Bug?
It's quieter than me. not as loud.
That's true. You might not be the right person to ask because Bug is probably similar to Chelsea.
Everyone is so quiet to me. It's crazy being around other people. Another person who's quiet that you might not think, Ty. Weird. Ty
is also quiet. Ty is a quiet speaking voice. I also tend to be pretty quiet until I get excited, and then I'm loud as Bug.
I will say you are explosively loud. You'll be really quiet, but then you will just be full yelling as though you're being stabbed.
Yeah, and I'm not super aware of that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, sometimes that's I get excited.
I mean, if this helps anybody understand, when you actually dislocated your knee, I did not realize for a minute.
Yeah, well, I was also voice acting, yelling, and going through pain. Okay, so Colin's friend Chelsea, who he hangs out with once a week or so, has no volume control.
So one time, we were out doing our regular hangout session, and we were kind of catching up about just sort of, regular stuff that we were doing, and we were catching up on her current love life situation. And she proceeded to tell a story that at first she had done a pretty good job, especially after I was like kind of signaling, let's lower our voice a little bit. She was telling me about, a recent sexcapade, right? And everything was going great. I will not repeat the line, but what I will say is that you have to understand that this was a bad enough statement or a loud enough statement. And she then described an act that happened in the bedroom loudly enough that as I was trying to be like, let's try to once again be like, okay, let's keep our voice down a little bit. We are in public. As I started to be like, Chelsea, immediately the guy that was in front of us turned around to look at us, but then like kind of gave like a once over to like look at her and went, okay, good for you then. And then turned back around. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, that could have gone much worse, because if that had been like a family or something like that, they would have been like, there are children here. And I was like, Chelsea, we got to find ways to keep this either on the DL or at least maybe talk about this when we're not in a public setting.
I wish you had said the line.
So there's that.
I need to know.
So
I'll call
funny.
back with another reverse Witness Me.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think of times that I've been caught out by something I said in public. I feel like I have more often been in Colin's shoes where I'll be out with people. I'll be the only one who has noticed that like someone is nearby while someone is saying something super fucked up.
I will say I've rarely got caught saying something super loud in a bad forum for it. Now, Mason will probably disagree because he's usually like, shh. I don't have a problem with being loud. I'm not embarrassed to be loud. I don't care if people hear what I'm saying. I'm not like, I think I just have like a different like threshold for that kind of thing. I will say.
Threshold for embarrassment?
Yeah, 100%. And I will say, Elle, I will call her out, is so loud. And she's not loud. She's the same volume all the time. Elle does not change in volume, I would say. Elle's voice is always exactly as loud as it is. And she is so incapable of whispering that we have called it elling. She will be elling when we are in a place. And if there is someone that you have personal beef with, she will start talking about them out loud in front of them. And it is at the point where it's my favorite thing she does.
That's so cool.
We were at a wedding recently, and I was just like, just so you know, you're elling. And she was like, oh, yeah, right. And I was like, that's fine, because that person can fucking hear what you have to say, but they're going to hear it. It's loud.
That's super funny. I'm too neurotic. I'm too neurotic and too worried about what everyone else is thinking.
I'm good at whispering. I think I can be very quiet. I'm not good if I don't care about where I am.
You're one of those people that creeps up in volume.
Yeah.
Like if it's a quiet place, Bug will start out being very quiet, but then it will turn very quickly into yelling.
Yeah,
It's
because like
cute.
I can't stay policing myself. I come from, Joe and I were talking about this the other day because we were working together, and Joe and I are both loud, and Joe and I both have partners who are not that loud.
You're both used to hollering over equipment all day too. I think that's part
true.
of it.
That's huge. And I think both of our hearing is not amazing, so we're naturally pretty loud. I will say also, we were talking about this, Joe's wife, Michelle, and Mason both have the same clinical problem in that they are mumblers.
Mumblers?
You're mumblers. So, yeah, exactly. You have no idea. You hear him on this microphone, you think you can hear the words he says. Mr. Mushmouth over here will just, I'll say, what? He'll get quieter. and he'll get quieter every time I ask him to repeat himself.
You know, I heard that's good. I heard that's a good thing.
Where?
Teaching.
What,
You know, kids, if you talk quietly, kids will pay attention because they'll be like, what is that person saying?
Are you trying to teach me?
No, you're right. That's not. Oh, gross. Oh, God. Wow. That just made everything I said sound shitty and terrible.
No, it's okay. I'm
that
teasing
sucks.
you.
I'm just going to yell from now on all the time.
Hell yeah, King. Good luck. You're going to fucking wear yourself out 20 minutes in.
Yeah, my voice is also kind of fragile, is the thing. I will very, very rapidly lose my voice. It's a good thing we do this show in the morning because it's when I have most of my voice.
I will say this about you and Colin. You sound not the same at all, but I think your voices have a similar quality.
Yeah, maybe there's something self-destructive in them.
Yeah, you can only use it so much.
Colin says in the chat, I do have a lot of bad luck, like telling stories in loud places, and then just as I say the craziest line, the music stops or the crowd randomly dies down, and then I'm shouting it into a suddenly much quieter space. Sucks.
Yeah. I will say I have had the interaction before of someone being like, hey, I just got to say, I'm sorry I overheard that. That was crazy. And I'm like, girl, I'm yelling. Thank you for participating.
Coyote Astronaut says mumbling is fun and cool.
Disagree.
So there's that.
Disagree.
I love mumbling. Are you
I
kidding
know
me?
you love mumbling.
And what about a final story for Witness Day? Because we can get this one out
Colin
there.
said not to play a second one.
Colin said not to play the second one. What about a final story on Witness Day about how I texted something embarrassing to a person that I was underneath in employment terms? How would you say that? Like, I wasn't working for the... Okay, there's no point in explaining it. We were working a wedding. We were helping out with a wedding. Not the wedding in Chicago, different wedding. It's wedding season, and so things are busy. People are doing a lot of matrimony right now. And so we were working this wedding, and our point of contact was the mother of the bride of the wedding. Now, naturally, you don't want to bother the bride and groom on their wedding. It's their big day. They're trying to do stuff. They're busy.
This is important. So the kind of wedding work that I typically do is day of event coordinating. And what that means is that I'm not a wedding planner and I'm not there until the day of. So we had not met the mother of the bride. I had only communicated with the bride up to this point. And then we get there and we learn, okay, we're going to be communicating with the mother of bride. Not weird, not a problem.
Mm-hmm. No, that's great. Like, that's great. That's our point person. Cool. Now we know that. This is a, like, pretty, not formal, but it's like it's a standard wedding. It's a Christian wedding, a religious wedding. It's a serious wedding. It's not like a goofy goof, millennial, funny, silly, loosey goose wedding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, it's not like it wasn't fun, but I mean, like, I've been to a lot of weddings that are not as formal, and like someone could have like thrown an egg at the officiant and it wouldn't have been a big deal.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
This was not that. This was like a lot of family. Like, it was very, you know, it was a wedding. And so we were running around, organizing, getting things set up. And I happened to look down at the phone in my hand at one point, and I see the iOS screen says the undo typing ? You know, that happens when you shake the phone. Because I had been marching around, like, bringing stuff, carrying stuff to and fro, and I just had the phone unlocked in my hand. So I looked down and it says undo typing. I'm like, undo typing? I haven't been typing. I didn't realize this thing was open. So I hit cancel, and then I look, and what is open is the text message chain with the mother of the bride, and I have texted her, I LOL poo. I'm LOL. And I apparently, so I was like, fuck, stomach drop. And this is a person I don't know. And like, we're working for them. And like, no impression has been made. I haven't interacted with any of these people. We're still like figuring out what we're doing. And so I'm like, I gotta, you know, make a first impression. This is the moment that within the span of time we're making the first impression. I text this adult woman, mother of the bride, I LOL poo, I'm LOL. Separate messages also. So her phone just was going off a few times.
I think also you may have forgotten you called her too.
I didn't get to that part of the story yet because what happens, I finally found her because I didn't even know what she looked like. We just got her number.
Mason also does this crazy thing where he just saw a woman and he was like, are you the mother of the bride? And he was right.
Yeah, well, I can tell. You can tell. It's obvious. It's like a video game. When my anxiety goes up and I am in like people watching
I know
mode,
what you mean. I
can see your fucking public record when I look at you next to you. I knew it was her. But the thing was, we didn't know what she looked like. We didn't know that. It's just some adult. It could have been any person around there. And I don't think that she knew what I looked like.
No.
So there was I was like, fuck, we're in a moment now where something very embarrassing has happened. No one knows. So I go up to her, I find her, I'm like, hi, I'm mortified. I'm so sorry. And she's like, you also called me. And she was like, and I just heard a lot of stuff, and I assumed it wasn't me. It wasn't for me. She ended up being super cool about it.
She was really cool about it. She thought it was really funny.
It wasn't a problem at all. The wedding was great. Everyone there was wonderful. We had an awesome time. It was great. We served the food. We did all sorts of coordination. It was good.
Yeah.
The couple got happily married, but I did embarrass myself a little bit.
You also came up to me and you were like, I've done this. And I was like, okay, I don't know what you want me to do.
I walked up to Bug like a kid who did something shameful. I was like, hey, I did this. Thanks for joining us. Throw your episode title suggestions in the chat. I love you, Bug.
I love you, Moss.
This is Bug and Moss.
What do we call this one? Yeah, I know I'm still streaming, Colin. I hit stop recording. Everyone left. It's just you and me, Colin. This is a message that only you can hear. Only you can hear this, Colin. This is a secret message that only you can hear. You want that breakfast burrito that you mentioned in chat earlier. You want that breakfast burrito. It's going to be good. I want a breakfast burrito. I'm going to make a fucking breakfast burrito. Coyote, you should get a breakfast burrito too. We'll be a bunch of breakfast burrito people. All right, I'm going to leave. Okay, bye. Tell Coyote everything I said. Okay, bye.